they can, it'll be downloaded to the video library. So hey guys. Gentlemen, here's one for a couple for you guys. And then I'll give you guys a couple here. You want a few more down there? Hi, how's it going? Very good. How many families do we have? Okay, so I'll do one for the family.
One set of releases. And another set of releases. How many are, you need one more set? Yeah. Right, you guys are all going separate.
There you go. You guys.
Alright.
No, please don't press me. Ladies, here's one for you guys. Here's one for McKenna, Izzy, and Jenna. Don't be scared. please. Hey, Kirsten, how's it going, guys? Here you go.
I've got some more handbooks here if anybody wants one. Okay, just leave your hands up and I'll bring them up.
Anybody else want one?
Okay, you should be getting three things right now. One is a trip handbook, one is a medical disclosure form, and then the other is a bunch of like legal jargon for our company. So three things should be coming out right now. If you need any of those three things, just kind of holler, we'll get them to you.
Yes. Okay. This last guy wanted me to. Okay. One another. Sorry, sauce. Ryan and Jacob. And then Miss You're welcome. You got me there? Oh yeah, yes. Let's leave one more of these guys. Jordan. Here you go. Hey. How's it going, guys? Yeah, and then Miss Boston. I think we're ready to go. She's got a couple things here for you. And then
Okay, I think we're going to get started here.
The release forms?
My presentation should last no more than 20 minutes or so, hopefully, if I don't ramble. So we'll see what happens with that. But first of all, thank you all for, this trip is really about 3.5 years in the making, and we're within a couple of weeks. So we are very excited about this. Things are just happening very fast. This is kind of a nice milestone for us because, you know, our milestone is now we're starting to think about the trip and, you know, kind of getting away from the money aspect of everything, and you know, now the fun can start. So. I have a little slideshow here, and Ms. Foss and myself will kind of go back and forth, and you'll hear both of our voices. So I'm going to go through this. There is a question and answer session in the very end. So if you have questions, let me know. If you can save them, please save them for the very end. If it's a burning question, I'd be happy to stop and answer questions too. So we'll get started here. I did that already. Turn the camera on. Okay. All right. So. At our last music parents meeting, I had a couple of very good questions. I thought I'd just address this first. Our total price package was $777 instead of the $690 that I originally quoted everybody last January, a couple of Januaries ago. The reason for this is because that $690 was quoted to us based on not having our buses filled to capacity. I gave them the best possible number guess that I could give them, but we had, fill the buses to capacity, which is a great problem to have because we want as many students to go. I didn't want to cut it off really for anybody. So buses are filled to capacity, so therefore we have to position relief drivers throughout our route to get down there instead of taking seats out to put sleepers in for the drivers. So that actually increased the overall package price by $7,000. And the reason for that high price is because they have to pay the bus drivers, basically round the clock while they are at the hotels waiting for us to meet them. They have to pay for their hotel room, and there's other things that go into that. So that was an increase. Another increase that we encountered was Disney increased the ticket prices by $20 per person, so that affected us. And then these are not rough. These are rough numbers, not exact. These are the best, very close numbers, but not the exact numbers, just so you guys all know. And then another very good question: why didn't we purchase our Disney tickets earlier in the process before the prices went up? I guess the answer for that is our tour company always purchases the tickets several months before the trip, and then Disney did not make them aware of the price hike in advance, so that's kind of what happened with that. So that is the financial part of it. So paperwork to fill out tonight. One is the responsibility clause, which I'll go over that in a second. Medical disclosure. Feel free to take that home if you need to look up policy numbers and all that stuff. T-shirt sizes. I'm going to get this going around right now. I'll get to this later on, but basically, if you're going on the trip, chaperone or students, put down your name and a t-shirt size, and then we'll talk about that later on. So, and then sign the last page of the handbook, please, and then that's okay to turn in later if you'd like to take everything home and review it, or we can just certainly take it tonight. So. All right, medical disclosure. I will not look at this information unless there is an emergency. Basically, I'm going to take all the medical disclosures, alphabetize them, put them in a binder, and then each morning I will turn this binder into the park's first aid station that morning. And then with my cell phone number and Ms. Foss's cell phone number right in front. So if something were to happen, they've got that information. They can deal with the emergency before we get there, and then things are in motion. So, and then at the end of the day, we will pick that binder up and then just deliver it to the next park the following day, and that way everybody is going to be safe. Yeah. What did I pass out there? Oh, okay. All right. I've got two things coming out right now. One is I would like to have all the student cell phone numbers. I will make a big list in case I need to get in contact with kids throughout the day. That's what Kelly Barrick has right now. This right here on this little mini clipboard is the t-shirt sign up. So we'll get that started over here. And then I think we've got a pen. You have a pen? Here's a pencil we can just kind of pass around too. So, all right. All right, so responsibility clause. I will turn this into the tour director when we arrive at the hotel. Please read through it and sign it, and then please see me if you have any concerns. I don't want to break it down in layman's terms because I don't want to miss anything. So I'll let you guys review that yourself and then turn it into either myself or Miss Foss. Okay, so agenda, the fun stuff. Basically, what's going to happen is on Tuesday, June 10th at 8:30, we are going to load the luggage and instruments underneath the buses. I would like the kids to arrive as if it were a normal school day, which it really is. So have the kids arrive, whenever they get here, and we can get things in motion. I won't go through everything here, but basically that first day is travel. You guys will get to know each other very well by the time we get to Florida. We will be stopping throughout our route down there. We will get to our hotel approximately 2 o'clock Florida time on Wednesday, June 11th. Between 2 and 4:30, we will let the kids, shower up and take a nap or whatnot. And then we will immediately, at about 4:30, go to Disney Hollywood Studios, which is formerly Disney MGM Studios. And they will spend the evening there. That is where they have all the kind of movie-themed rides. There's a really cool Star Wars ride. There's Indiana Jones, all that kind of good stuff. There's a big laser fireworks show for them that night. So we will stay there until the park closes at I think 9 o'clock, and then we will head on home back to the hotel, and then basically from 10:15ish until 11 o'clock-ish, or whenever we get back, is swim time, hangout time, whatever they want to do. At 11 o'clock each night, we will have a private security guard watching our floor, and that is to keep our students safe from people that should not be by us, away from us. Also, it will keep our students in their rooms so their directors can sleep. So that is option 2 there. Day 3 is going to be, we'll do breakfast in the lobby. We'll talk about that later on. We'll go to Animal Kingdom for the morning. After that morning, we will go to Disney's Epcot Center. And this is the day where the choir will perform. They are going to be performing in downtown Disney. It's a very nice performance venue and kind of overlooking a lake, and very nice location. So the choir will leave Epcot Center at 1 o'clock, and then between 1:30 and 3:15, they will, so choir is at Epcot Center. They will be leaving Epcot Center at 3:15. The performance is at 5:45. The band will stay at Epcot Center a little bit longer because there's really nothing for them to do while the choir is getting warmed up at downtown Disney. Then we will all kind of cram 3 to a seat on one bus, go down to downtown Disney, watch the choir, support the choir, and then once the choir's performance is done, we will all go back to Epcot for the remaining hours of the night, which is probably another 3 hours. And there's a really cool laser light show. There's a neat like lake, and it's a really cool thing. So that's what we'll do for Epcot Center. Following day after Epcot Center is the day where we would go to the Magic Kingdom. And that is the day where the band is going to perform. They perform, there's a huge afternoon parade where people line up just like 10 rows deep. The band is going to march in the pre-parade, so right before the actual parade starts with Mickey Mouse and all those guys, is going to be us. There'll be a huge crowd, a really cool performance venue for us. So that's going to be going on that afternoon. Once we're done with our performance, we will pack the buses back up again, and we will put everything away and then enjoy the rest of the day in the Magic Kingdom. So anything, Ms. Foss, you want to add? Should I just keep on going? All right. Day 5. We are going to check out of our hotel. We will then go to Cocoa Beach and then spend about 3 hours or so at Cocoa Beach. There's also a Ron Jon surf shop there that the kids last time enjoyed. So we'll be at Cocoa Beach at 12:30 or 12:45. Pending your approval, and I'll get to this later on, I'd like to have a beach barbecue for the kids kind of a nice way to end the trip, but I'll get to that. And then after Cocoa Beach, we will load the bus and 1,563 miles back to Elk Mound. So there we go. And then our approximate time of getting back on June 15th is about 4:30 in the afternoon. So, okay. Any questions up to this point?
I have a question.
Yes.
For Phantasmic and Illuminations, are we going to have reserved seating because we're such a large group?
Is that the Epcot one?
Well, in Hollywood Studios is Phantasmic and Epcot is Illuminations.
Okay, the Epcot one, basically you can see that show. There's a huge lake and people will surround the entire lake. There'll be no problem seeing it. I mean, it's such a huge area. I mean, you can show up 2 seconds beforehand and still get a good seat.
So not all the kids are going to sit together. We're going to be sporadic around.
I'll get to that part later on.
Oh, okay.
And then for the Hollywood Studios one, our last tour, they didn't have that show there. So I don't know much about the seating arrangements for that one, but our tour director, who takes groups there all the time, will have all that information for me when we get down there. So, okay. All right, so here's where I kind of wanted to let you guys know what's going on with this whole beach barbecue thing. After I made our final payment, I did kind of a really intense audit on our account just to make sure that everything that I deposited got deposited into the correct account, because sometimes, you know, the office has money coming from all over the place and things get misplaced. I discovered that there was $1,800 in raffle profits deposited into our account made 3 years ago that I never knew existed. So technically, you should have all received an additional $16.66 off your final payments. All right, so that's that. Now, we have a couple options on how we can spend that money. What I would like to do, and we did this for the last trip, was I would like to have a beach barbecue catered in for all the students on the final day. The beach barbecue costs $12 per person, and then the remaining $4.66 would stay in the account for future use. More on that in a second, don't get mad. And then 4 years ago, we did this beach barbecue. It was a huge hit for the kids. It was kind of our final thing that we did as a group. They got to be on the beach, have a barbecue meal brought in. One of the reasons I would like to do this is for safety of the students. There are a ton of fast food restaurants around Cocoa Beach, but that would require the students to cross some busy streets. If I remember correctly, it's probably the equivalent of crossing like from Kmart, trying to get over to like Morgan Music, kind of hopping across Claremont there. So not the most safe thing in the world. It would be nice to keep all the kids confined to the beach and not wandering around in an unfamiliar town. And then again, very cool way to end our trip. And the only reason I did not originally include this in our trip proposal was because I was trying to keep the trip costs down. So wait, there's more. All right. So my thought was, Julie McLaughlin called me the other day and had an excellent idea of creating T-shirts for the kids as a nice souvenir of the trip. Have a nice logo on the very front, have all the students' names and chaperones and all that stuff on the very back, and then have the kids all wear them for one day, and then take a nice group picture in front of the Magic Kingdom or some other landmark. So. My proposal is to use the remaining $4.66 to apply to the cost of the T-shirt. T-shirts are $6, and then we actually have funds in our account from past students that will cover the remaining cost. So the T-shirts would really be no additional cost to anybody. So option B would be if you paid in cash, I can refund that $16.66 to everybody since you technically overpaid. And then if you paid via fundraising money, I cannot refund that money. So closing thoughts, I think the kids would need to buy lunch anyway, and they'll be spending probably around that amount. Kids would be safer, and then I think the kids will have more fun. So discussion, I don't want to sway you either way. It's your money, not mine. So do it? All right. Nays? All right. So that's how we will spend that money that was unaccounted for. So we'll do the beach barbecue, get t-shirts for the kids, and call it a day. So, all right, cool. All right, Ms. Voss, you want to go a little bit?
All right, so now we're probably just going to talk a little bit about what you want to pack and what you don't want to pack. We're taking luggage, instruments, and uniforms, and everything will fit everybody if we follow the directions. So obviously buses aren't that big, and the interior space is not very big. So something like a backpack or something that would be something you want to bring on the bus. Otherwise, your luggage will go underneath the bus, as well as the uniforms and the instruments that you have. Your instruments are already accounted for. You do not need to pack them in your bag. If you pack them in your bag, you're going to be losing out on space because you can't bring an extra bag because you put your instrument in your bag, if that makes sense. So one bag on the bus, one bag below the bus, and your uniform/instrument under the bus is already accounted for. Band students, you will need to be packing your black socks, your hair ties to put your hair up if you have long hair, reeds, drumsticks, etc., anything else that you would need for your instruments. Alright, and then on the day that we go to the beach, so the last day when we go to Cocoa Beach, make sure you put your swimsuit into your carry-on because you're not going to be able to get underneath the bus. It's kind of the same idea when we're going down. Make sure you put your toothbrush inside your carry-on because we will make a final stop before you feel like you want to go to sleep. We'll make a final stop so you can brush your teeth and get yourself comfy. You want to pack as light as you can. We have a limited amount of space above and below the bus, so don't pack a massive suitcase. You're probably not going to be changing clothes too often because it's hot down there. I think they called last week and said it was about in the 90s. 76, so it was sunny and hot. So I can imagine in about a month it's going to be even hotter.
And just so you know, we've marched in hotter, so don't think that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, resistance Murphy's making me. A couple years ago in Colfax it was brutal, so we've done worse.
Alright, so other items to pack. You want to make sure you have enough clothes for the trip. You want to have a swimsuit of some sorts. You want to have sunscreen, definitely sunscreen. I know I'll have lots of it because I burn easy. You'll want a towel. There will be towels at the hotel, but not available to you on the beach. So the hotel has towels for like the pools, but as far as the beach goes, bring a beach towel. You want comfortable walking shoes, flip-flops and sandals. You might think it'd be a fun idea, but it actually is kind of hard. On a full day at Disney, I did it when I was about 13. I wore flip-flops the whole way. Didn't feel too big. Spending money, you want to make sure it's up to each family how much you want to send with. Your students, you'll need to pay for 12 meals. 7 of them will be fast food and 5 will be in Disney, and then for souvenirs. And Disney is probably, they're inflated prices. It's a lot more expensive than
It depends on what you buy. I'd say a typical meal at Disney is probably at least $10. I mean, at least. I probably.
It's about 15.
12, maybe higher.
It's about $15. We were just there about
I
a
mean,
year ago.
if you want to get like a meal, burger, fries, you know, yeah, $12 probably. So.
Think Valley Fair food cost a little higher. Medication, if you need any kind of medication, you can let Mr. Murphy or myself know if you want us to help you keep track of it. If not, it'll be the student's responsibility for anything that you bring. Please don't share with others too, because that's a risk. Snacks for the bus. You want to definitely bring snacks and lunchies because it's a long trip. Movies for the bus, ratings of G, PG, and PG-13 only. If it's anything higher than that, please don't bring it. And then other items, cell phones, iPods, cards, things to keep yourself entertained for a 25-hour trip. Things to bring on the bus might be snacks, whether it's the soda, water, chips, things like that. You want to probably bring a blanket and a pillow. The seats don't go all the way down, but they can fold back a little bit, but it's definitely uncomfortable if you want to try and lay on the window without a pillow. So I would recommend a pillow. Comfy clothes, toothbrush, toothpaste. We'll do the one final stop before we drive through the night. Please brush your teeth. Because you'll not be able to get underneath the bus. Or if you wear contacts, and you need to take your contacts out, make sure you bring that little contact case in the solution so you can take care of that kind of stuff.
And the whole not being able to get under the bus, we'll stand firm on that because we'll pack the bottom of the bus about 5 or 6 suitcases deep, and it's going to be dark. So to find one person's toothbrush is going to be like a half an hour ordeal. So pack that in your carry-on.
And also entertainment items, things to keep you occupied. Things to not pack. Speakers to iPods, like those external speakers. For the sanity of everybody else on the bus, there's going to be 70 some on the bus.
Huh?
How many people are on the bus?
I guess I haven't figured out the exact, but I mean at least 50 over.
50, 60 people. We might not all like the same kind of music, so please, earbuds only, not the external speakers, so we can be respectful of everybody on the bus, including the bus drivers. Anything you would not bring to school, so don't bring those if it's not school appropriate.
All right, so I guess some rules and expectations that we're going to have for the students on the trip. Our biggest rule is be early for all meeting times. There's going to be but there's going to be a bunch of times where we're going to tell you, be here at 1 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock, we're leaving to go to the next spot. So if you're late, you're going to be kind of making the people that are there on time miss out on their trip. So be on time. You guys all paid a lot of money for this trip. Don't make people miss out on events because you are not being responsible. We will leave you behind if the trip is affected by your tardiness. Now, kind of disclaimer, parents, don't worry. I won't actually leave your kid alone in an unfamiliar area. I will, however, send the buses on to their next location, and then I'll stay behind, and then I'll deal with it when they finally arrive. So it will only take one time, and I predict it will happen at least one time, where somebody's going to be late and we're going to send the buses and they're going to be stuck with me and we'll figure out how to get to the next place. But we have to keep on a schedule because we kind of itemized enough of time for all the parks so you guys can see all the attractions. And sitting on a bus waiting for people, you do not pay money for. So I will send the buses on. Rules and expectations, be courteous and respectful to each other. Like Ms. Voss said, it's going to be a 27-hour bus ride. Please be courteous and respectful to each other. Be in your room before room check. Stay in your room until the morning. Like I said, we will have a private security guard watching the rooms. This is to make sure that nobody is in our area that should not be, and to make sure that we all stay in our rooms for the entire evening. All school rules are in effect. Violations of any school regulations will be identical consequences as if an action took place at school. There'll be a couple other consequences that I can use. All right, so here's kind of the icky part. Alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medications. If a student consumes or handles alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medication that is not prescribed to them, they will be immediately sent home at the expense of the student's parents. So that is just something that I'll stand firm on, and Ms. Voss will stand firm on us on this. Don't test us on this. We will find out, and you will go home. I have had to use this punishment previously. I took a group to New York 7, 8 years ago, and a couple of students found about a half a bottle of beer by the pool that another patron left over. So one of the guys thought it'd be cool to take a couple swigs of the beer, and then his friend who was with him panicked and then told me about it, and then the student who did it got sent home. So I've used it before, and I'll use it again if need be. So that's an absolutely zero tolerance type deal. So we'll go on. I don't think we will have that problem with anybody here. Park hopping, not allowed. For those of you guys that don't know what park hopping is, our tickets technically allow students to go from park to park without having to be issued new tickets. You may not leave the park that you're assigned to. So if we have 8 hours in the Magic Kingdom, you're not allowed to take a tram and then go to Epcot Center on your own. You have to stay in the Magic Kingdom. So this trip has been designed by people that have done this trip just tons of times. The tour company that we're working with is very reputable and has done this trip for all of the band directors in the area, so they know exactly how much time you guys need to see all of the cool attractions. So don't feel like you need to leave because, well, you can't. So consequences that we have up our sleeve if any of the above is, broken. You can stay on the bus for all or part of the day. Removal from the group of your choice and put into a group not of your choice. And then I guess number 3, I'd already talked about student sent home at the parent's expense. And there's other things that we can do, but those are kind of the 3 biggies that we've had to use in the past. So, questions? Megan?
Okay, I have a question about the bus.
Yeah?
Okay, so do you know how you said we can bring our movies? Do you put like a movie in a place with a whole bus?
Correct.
Okay, and is there Wi-Fi on the bus?
You know what? I don't know. I'll find that out. I've had that question a couple of times. I'll find that out too. Our last time we went 4 years ago, there was not Wi-Fi, but times have changed, and I'm guessing there is. But I'll find out for you. Question? Yes.
Are the kids allowed to have like a day pack, like people like extra sunscreen, or maybe a prescription juice or something, and they have like a small backpack?
Sure. Yeah.
Going into the market?
Yes. They may search your bag. I don't know. But I'm assuming it's just like any other park. They'll have lockers there and stuff. But yeah. Yep. You bet. Good questions. Tickets. Any other questions? All right. Tickets. Each student and chaperone will receive 1 ticket for the entire trip. This ticket will get you into all the parks. So basically, when we arrive at the hotel, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put you all in alphabetical order and give you an assigned ticket. Don't lose that ticket. Now, if you do, panic a little bit, but I can fix it. Here's the thing. The reason you guys are in alphabetical order is because your ticket will have a number on it, and then if that ticket is lost, they can issue us another ticket. But it's a complete pain in the butt. So please don't lose your ticket. Katie?
Are these like tickets that we can put in like a lanyard or something?
I think they're like equivalent to like if you go to like a Twins game or something, one of those tickets. So keep it like in your wallet, or if you have a carry-on or something, Yeah. Cool. I have also received a copy of all your tickets. On the ticket is one of those little things where you can scan into your phone. I'm not sure what they're called. Yeah, the QR code. Before we go, I'll have all the students with smartphones to scan that QR code into their phone. So then if they do lose a ticket, they can take that QR code and then have that new ticket issued for them. So, but we'll take care of that in the next couple of weeks. So just to kind of sum up this section, be smart, don't do anything that will jeopardize your trip. You've been working on this too long to do something that you would regret. And then if you follow the rules, go with the program, you'll have a great time. If you don't, you will not have a great time. I'm not sure how I could say that any better. So there it is. Ms. Foss.
Alright, hotel rules. So we'll have time in the hotel rooms, and we do not mind if people hang out in each other's rooms. However, when anybody of the opposite sex is in your room, the door must be left wide open. So if we happen to walk down the hallway and we see a door that's almost all the way closed, and we happen to open the door and there is guys and girls both in that room, you will be in trouble.
Like, we're talking door propped against the wall, something holding the door. That
All the
would be
way
allowed.
open. Alright, now when the doors are open, you are going to have to work a lot harder at being quiet because we're not the only ones that are going to be in that hotel. So we have to make sure that we're being friendly to those other families that have traveled however many miles they came from to go to Disney as well. And also, nobody is allowed in your room who is not a member of our group. So even if it happens to be your cousin's uncle's sister, happens to be at the same hotel as us, they are not part of our group, so they cannot be in your hotel room. Room checks will occur at 11 p.m. each night. Stay in your rooms after myself or Mr. Murphy have come by and checked your room because you'll be allowed to leave again in the morning. Breakfast. They have a really nice breakfast at the hotel lobby each morning. The time that the student eats will depend on what bus you are on. If you were looking at that itinerary when we were going through it, it says bus number 1 eats this time to this time, bus number 2 eats this time to this time, and it switches each day. That way, some kids eat earlier breakfast, some kids eat later breakfast, and it makes it so it's a much smoother transition, especially for the hotel as well as for the students. So everyone gets a chance to eat. Please go at your designated times to eat breakfast. And we want to thank all of our chaperones, Kelly Barrett, Tammy Baxter, Lisa Bauer, Ellen Heinstock, Betty, help me, Angela Kelberg, Julie Mueller, Cheryl Maurer, Teresa Meyer, Lainey Rude, is that right? Karen Sam, and yep, Jeremy and Holly. So thank you. Chaperone groups. Next week, the students are going to sign up for their chaperone groups. While we're in the parks, the students will stay in their groups, accompanied by their assigned chaperones. So you'll get a chance to sign up with your friends to choose who you're going to be hanging out with at the parks. There'll be about 6.7 students per group, so a fraction of one student, you know. And it's all right if the groups travel together. If there are more than 6.7 students in a group, we just don't want one group to have 2 students and another group to have 30, and it's for the safety of the students. So there's about 6-7 kids. If there are 2 groups of you that make a whole group of about 15 that want to travel around together, that's perfectly fine, as long as if you split up, you're back to your 6.7. Mr. Murphy and myself, we will not be assigned to any particular group. And the reason that we're doing that is because if a student was to get hurt, a student was to be late, or a student just does something dumb, it wouldn't be fair for the students in our group to have to spend 2 hours at the first aid station with one of us while we have to be there. So it keeps us more available for the students of the entire group instead of just 6 or 7 of them. And our hope is that we don't have to tend to these issues. We will be kind of floating between groups, so you'll see us here and there and everywhere. And we'll hang out with the students, we'll go on rides, etc. If something happens, that way we can deal with it a little easier. Somebody has to volunteer to go on It's a Small World and Figment ride with Mr. Murphy. The last time he had to go by himself.
It was sad.
So somebody needs to go on this ride with Mr. Murphy. I don't know what that ride is,
All right, thanks. But in all seriousness, guys, our hope is you know, I want to spend this time with the students, you know, and ride rides with you guys and do all that good stuff. So that's why we're not part of the groups. Hopefully we can just, you know, be with you guys all the time. But we may have to step away and take care of some administrative things. So, but it's a small world thing. Somebody's there. All right.
All right, so the Fast Pass. So our tickets have this feature. With the Fast Pass, Mr. Murphy doesn't know a whole lot about how it works, I guess. So what it is the Fast, more on the Fast Pass, or is this just like?
I believe how it works is the ticket that you're going to be assigned to will have a little barcode. And there's certain rides in the park that are kind of Fast Pass eligible. And they have little machines there. If the line is really long, you scan your Fast Pass in there. It'll tell you approximately what time to come back, so you're not standing in line for 3 hours. And then you go somewhere else, you watch your clock, you come back at your assigned time, and you should be able to hop right on the ride. So that alleviates time standing in line and seeing more attractions.
It is kind of nice. I believe it said you're available to have 2 Fast Passes issued at one time, which is new this year for the park. What it is, you go and you scan your ticket up at this Fast Pass machine. So if you want to go on ride A, you do this. It tells you come back between 2:15 and 2:30. Within that 15-minute window, you have to go back. If you miss that window, you have to get a new Fast Pass because that one expired. But as soon as you scan that and come back, I believe it's an hour window, so from like 1 to 2, you can go back anytime, and you should be on that ride within 15 minutes. So the waits are really short because you can go off and you don't have to stand in the mile-long line because you're already in line. It's kind of like holding your place in line. And then you can go off and do other things, but you can only have 2 of those Fast Passes at any given time, and it will only issue it to you because it keeps track based off of your ticket.
All right, so, sorry. This basically concludes our part of the, I just put this in your seniors. You do not need to come in tomorrow morning, as I had told you guys originally. Tomorrow is pretty much going to be devoted to uniform fittings. So we'll have you guys come in on Friday, which was scheduled, and then we'll keep on working on our music. Seniors, I do expect you guys to come in on Friday with pretty much the song memorized, because the rest of the band will have a lot of the song memorized by Friday. So
We don't have the song.
yeah, you- I'll get copies. I'll get.
Add more music to it, or somebody was saying.
We added Let It. We took out the zippity doo dah and we put in Let It Go for the very end. So, yep. And I'll explain that to you guys on Friday. All right. Questions. Yeah.
Yeah, chaperone photos would be great to have. Yeah.
Did everybody get this? And chaperones and your phone numbers on there.
Oh, yeah. Shirt one is, who's got the shirt one? All right, Bailey's got it over there. So we'll make sure that everybody gets everything taken care of. All right, Michelle.
So you said everybody gets one suitcase?
Hold on a second. Say it
Everybody
again?
gets one suitcase, you said?
Everybody will get one suitcase for under the bus, and then one carry-on bag for on the bus, and then they'll also get their uniform bag and then their hat boxes also.
When they bring snacks or whatever, they have to bring it in the bag that they carry on the bus. They can't bring like coolers and like that.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Regarding food at Disney, I was gonna get like prepaid cards with cash. Can they use those at the Disney?
Like a Visa check card?
Yeah.
I'd assume they could. I'll find out for you. Miss Fox, could you just kind of write the things down that I'm promising to look up? So, I'll find out if Visa check cards work. I assume they would. So, yeah. Other questions? Yeah.
Are you doing on, like, any bottles of water or anything, like the fall parade, you know, we can add water?
Oh, I guess I hadn't thought about that. I prefer to not put them on the bus because I don't know if we'll have room. And they probably won't let them in the park either. So, yeah, very good point. Yeah. Other questions? What's that? School appropriate. School appropriate. Yes.
Choir. Students that are in choir, for the concert, if you are a lady and you're planning on wearing shorts to the park that day, we will be wearing robes. You need closed-toed black shoes as requested by Disney. For professional and gentlemen that are going to be in the choir, black pants, black socks, black shoes. Professional underneath your robe. And we will have a place to change, so you won't have to worry about. So the day that we go, you'll want to bring on the bus that clothing to go underneath your.
Yeah. And then we would like parents also just check your child's bags and make sure that I guess A, everything is school appropriate, and then B, there is nothing in the bag that shouldn't be there. Brittany.
Thoughts? Are we using the orange side soles?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
They're nicer looking, and it represents all.
Awesome.
We'll use the orange side.
Perfect.
The robes go approximately mid-calf.
Okay. Keep yourselves hydrated down there. It'll be hot. Don't don't not drink water or something just because you're not thirsty. You'll get dehydrated. So we'll find out the whole water bottle question. Could you write down? I'll find out if we can bring water into the park. Yeah, but keep yourself hydrated, especially when the marching band is marching and choir is singing. Make sure you guys are hydrated. Katie.
They actually do merch, do we have to do like a whole hair thing with like the girls?
It just looks so much better. I mean, yes, so yes. And you'll be a lot cooler that way too. So, anything else? Yes, Stacy.
I'm curious about the missing $1,800.
Sure.
I just want to make sure that, being you said it was 3 years ago, that was when I was obviously not part of it. I deposited every single penny.
Oh, I know you did. No, you bet. Yeah, I just, from the number that I was kind of given by the office, I just discovered there was more. So there was nothing that you did wrong by any
I'm
means.
sure those questions are going to come up, and I just want to make clear.
Nope.
Everything is always.
Everything has been very,
Florida fun.
yep, and I just want to let you guys know, I didn't want to, hide anything, make sure you guys knew that that money was there. So yeah, you did everything perfect. So, Holly.
And will the shambles be?
When the band was walking in Disney, will be spurred and will be needed to walk along with the band and
Could you?
like we do in the summer?
Yeah, I will contact Disney and find out if that's allowed. They've got rules that Colfax doesn't have, so I'll find out that, I'll find out. I would hope they would allow that, because it's gonna be hot there, but I'll find out for sure. Yep, good. Yeah, Michelle.
How long will they be marching for when they march? I mean, like 9?
Yeah, it's a jaunt. I compare it maybe to Warren's, so it's a good jaunt. Basically, they'll line up kind of backstage with these two huge wooden gates, and then somebody will say, "And the Elk Mound Marching Band," and then the gates will swing. It's everything at Disney is just done like magically, and everything is just amazing. So they'll make it a big deal for us. They'll announce us, swing the gates open. They instructed me as soon as those gates get going, they want music like immediately, and then we will basically, if you know Disney, we'll march. There's a big circle. We march in front of the Magic Kingdom. We kind of go around to like Frontierland and kind of weave our way around, and so it's a jaunt. Yeah.
Regarding the video,
Yep.
is there gonna be footage of them actually marching?
Well, here, can I turn this over to you?
Okay, everyone got a copy of this, I hope, a little bit. If someone needs more, this is all going to be on that Facebook page that I created. I created a Facebook page that says Mounders to go to Florida. And all of this information's on there, the itinerary's on there. And if you want to share the slideshow for tonight, we can put that on there too. Hotel information's on there, everyone's phone numbers are on there that Mr. Murphy's already provided. So that's where a lot of it's going to go. And then
I don't know if I'll put the phone numbers on there, on the Facebook page.
the group is a closed group, so only the people that are here, that are in the group, are the only ones that'll be able to see it. So that's the same thing. So it's just like the hotel number and then your phone number.
Oh, okay, all right,
It's not any of your phone
Okay,
numbers,
all right.
so we won't put any of that in there. But anyway, the idea is, I'd like to make another video. I'm not going to Florida though. So it's going to take a lot of help from everyone here to be able to make that happen. So when the big grand entrance is happening, somebody should be on that taking some video with a good camera. Try to stay away from shaky iPhone cameras and things like that, because they don't work really well when you render those videos down. Any kind of pictures, lots of fun pictures, appropriate pictures. Would be great. I provided several ways you could upload those and get those to me. Google Plus is pretty cool for those kinds of things. It's pretty good storage. Dropbox is good. I put my email address on there, so anything, if you would even want to just email it to me, you can do that. If you have your own Dropbox, load it into your own Dropbox and give me a link to that album. So just several different ways you can get it to me throughout your week or even shortly afterwards. I'd like to also say I'm going to send an external hard drive with my son. He's John. He's right here. He's not listening. And he can also get your information off your device, the pictures off your device, like on the way back home. And I'll also be here when you guys get back. And I can also do the same thing if you forget or you don't catch up with him or whatever. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get those over to me. The biggest quality of picture that you can send has to be crystal clear, and the biggest pixels you can do, so 2000 works the best. So anything over 2000 is a really good picture to use in a video. Anything that's cool, if you think it's cool, take a picture and send it. And you can upload them on the Facebook page. I'll start some albums on there too, and we can do those by day. That way everyone here can also see what you're doing. And remember, it's only the people in this group. So as you guys go ahead and start signing up, we'll see you, and then we'll just keep adding to the group. So nobody outside of this group will be able to see it on the Facebook page. So all your photos will be synced. So does anyone have any questions about it at all?
We pay tonight for that, or?
If you'd like to, yeah, we can sign you up. I have a sign-up form already. I have it here right now. But they're only $5. Again, it's just, what it costs. There's no profit at all in the video. I just want you to be able to have one, so I think it'd be kind of cool. So if there's someone there that wants to help with a decent camera and do a lot of video and those big memorable events, for sure, we'll take it.
All right, anything else? Yes? Yeah, I'll talk to the chaperones, make sure that they're okay with that, and those, that we'll get it worked out. Yeah, we'll get it worked out. Good question. Anything else? Yes, Kevin.
There's upper storage in the buses, and so if you just make sure you bring like a plastic bag, toss it up there.
It'll smell good. I mean, I don't think you guys are worried about it. I'll find that out. That's another question for the tour company. All right. Yeah, all right. All right. Katie. Katie, yes, you. Yeah.
Are we going to be able to like rinse off after being in the ocean?
I believe there are like showers where you just kind of rinse yourself off there. Yeah. Good question. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to make a comment because I chaperone short, regarding the beach. They did bring their towels on and suits onto the bus. A lot of kids didn't clean off the sand really well, and the bus was full of sand the entire 25, 27-hour ride home.
They bring Ziploc bags to put the stuff in?
Sure.
Check it out, good.
Yep. Cool. Anything else? We will keep the buses clean going down there. That's just saying, we're going to keep the buses clean. Anything else? It's getting, it's warm, so we can going once, twice. I and Ms. Foss will be around for questions. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and it's going to be a blast, guys. Let's have fun. Thank you. Huh? Oh, if you have not signed the t-shirt form or the cell phone, we'll put that out front here on this table, and then we'll, as you walk out, you can sign it. Yeah. I think just the kids are really nice. Yes, and Ms. Foss has. Okay. Yeah, papers, if you signed up, we'll just kind of start making piles here on the table. The orange paper and the red paper are the same thing, so just make piles, please, and it'll be good. Thanks so much. If you do not sign the t-shirt form or the cell thing, I'll have that in class. All the kids do it. Johns? Johns. Is it Johns? It's a Johns. A what? Yeah, a nice Johns. Casual. Oh, I don't get to use that word too often, so when I do get a chance, I'm going to use it. Shawshank Redemption, oh yeah, that's very good. What's that rated? I mean, I've seen it, I think it's good. Yeah.
I'm gonna have Mariah do it.
Go ahead.
Do you know how to like trash? Like, shouldn't have to be it's still safe. So,
I was here for
I saw your son saying earlier that. Jordan was here, but he had places to go.
I said that's why all the people here. And then I had Jane the other day and I started crying.
there's more than one kid that probably only yeah, it's so you're yeah, see that's the hardest thing because when you yeah, because Isabel is she's got 4 of them. Totally depressed. Maybe before school starts. He does, and he wants to make where he wants to make it work more natural. I know he's playing with it. Really? Is it because let's go.
Okay, Mom. If you make me wait 15 minutes like I made you wait today, I will drive off and you'll have to find a ride home.
I don't think I need to consider what we got? Oh, I think it's just, yeah.
Hey, Amber. Amber.
Sure. You can coordinate it.
So whose number they actually wanted, so I just put it at 10.
Yeah, I think they just want the kids to see.
Best way, the easiest way to track them down is send them a text message.
Yeah, really good.
You can holler until you're blue in the face and call.
But you know what? Because of this whole Line School Fandango thing, I don't know the dog.
Yeah, I had to look it up too. We're not alone.
Must be out there. He said it was going to be.
I'm coming right now. I told them to kick my butt. You're right about that. Let's go.
No, you're no. No, Dad, really. God, that was so good. I was like, ooh. Yeah, it's really nice foot to the hair. Yeah, we're gonna be using.
They recorded the entire meeting.
I don't know. Yeah. Don't touch the equipment.
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Benefit.
She's like, I have created this and like draw up, like write down all your feet and stuff for ride. And then apparently there's middle school that's like, well, you really were, I thought. I don't know how we're right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I got. That little like sheet thing.
Okay.
Pass it out.
As written in German.
The background's really nice. I wish they would have done like the corners down.
See you later.
I know, right? Do we even have those at school? No. He's like, I had them sitting down.
Yeah, it was like the last week, like
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great night.
I love the
I
background.
just like drive and then I go side trying to
I don't love the guys.